Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to another CYPRX video breakdown. In today's video, we are going to be diving into XDC's interconnectedness with some of the world's largest leading financial institutions in the real-world asset tokenization space. We're going to be diving in deep into fundamentals that the CYPRX research team has shared with the private group, showing you guys that tokenization is transforming the global finance and investment landscape, and that XDC is playing a massive integral role in that transformative wave. So if you guys enjoy these types of video breakdowns, these deep research dives, do me a favor, smash that thumbs up button and subscribe to the platform. We do appreciate the love and the support. This one is going to be a lengthy one because we are going to be reading thoroughly through a lot of XDC developments and fundamentals that have recently come out. So starting here, because as of right now, XDC is trading at about 15 cents. And now the beginning of this video breakdown is not to say we told you so or anything like that. It just feels really good to finally see all of our hard work and our research finally starting to pay off. As researchers, we are consistently putting out good, valuable content to you guys, showing you guys how deeply rooted and interconnected XDC is. And now we're starting to see it reflect itself in terms of price action. I firmly believe that XDC trading at 15 cents, looking back in 3-5 years from now, these figures are still going to be peanuts, but it's still great to see that from our buy positions months ago, where we had been talking and warning about XDC being a sleeping giant when it was trading at about 2.5 to 3 cents, is again finally starting to pay off. Here you guys can see on the CYPRX YouTube, we have XDC videos from months ago, 4 months ago, XDC sleeping giant, right? Talking about Andre Casterman and the ITFA and real world asset tokenization. Here you can see another XDC 10x 50x massive push from 5 months ago. Down here we have more XDC content where I said XDC is at a tipping point. So it's just really great to finally see this price action catching up to all the XDC related content that we have been pushing out to you guys, which is again why we stress that you guys follow us here at CYPRX. You tap into the research that we deliver because it is non-biased and non-opinionated. So let's jump into that. We're first going to start. I always like to start with some of the world's largest organizations so that you can see the world's largest organizations are the ones telling you guys the same exact stuff that we're portraying to you all here at CYPRX, so that way you can see that we're not just making this stuff up. So I'm going to reshare my screen so that I can go over to my highlight notes. And we're going to be jumping into this World Economic Forum PDF where they're talking about how tokenization is transforming the global financial investment landscape. So just give me 1 second. Let's head over here. Boom, there we go. Let's just read a couple of highlights. And this is going to set the tone. There's one little tiny key highlight where it talks about liquidity expansion and so on and so forth in this document. And that is going to play a massive role when we get into the XDC fundamentals. So World Economic Forum, Financial and Monetary Systems, December 10th, 2024. So this PDF did come out relatively recent. As of time of recording this video breakdown, it is only about 35 days old. As we continue to scroll down and read, we're just going to go through briefly some of these highlights. The tokenization of financial assets of the blockchain is gaining momentum at an institutional and governmental level. That should be a massive warning sign right there, because once these institutions and these governments come in and they onboard into this space with trillions of dollars, retail investors that did not catch the wave are going to get priced out. I repeat, you are going to get priced out if you do not take advantage of these opportunities in the now, while the valuations of these digital assets that these large institutions and governmental organizations are implementing into the back-end system, you're going to get left behind. Okay. And so again, this isn't financial advice, but assess your own personal risk, do your research, and understand what is happening. Again, I'm showing you physical proof that some of the world's leading organizations are telling you this. Now, after years of investment, proof of concept, and testing, the planets are aligning, and tokenization of financial assets is finally happening at an institutional and governmental level. This shift will forever change the way that nations trade and promote more inclusive financial participation. The world is increasingly interconnected across financial and trade flows, yet every asset class is traded on a different fragmented pyramid of aging technology systems. This creates a real challenge for banks and governments to get a full picture of exactly who owns how much of what at any one time. The need for shortened settlement cycles, which improve liquidity. This is again important. So keep in mind that key vocabulary right there, liquidity, enhance market efficiency, and lower systemic risk. And the demand for 24/7 market operations will require new infrastructural backbones to be created. And again, in today's video breakdown, I'm going to show you guys how XDC is one of the major participants that is reshaping this landscape, the real world asset tokenization landscape. Meanwhile, the institutional crypto sector is adopting traditional financial practices to mitigate risks and improve yields on tokenized assets. There is a rising demand for secure private transactions in crypto markets where data permissioning is critical to protecting trading strategies and scale investment flows. As we enter 2025, we are at an inflection point. Didn't we just show you guys a freaking YouTube video where months ago we said we were at a tipping point and they're using the same exact vocabulary? Again, they tell you this stuff in advance. It's so easy to see. If you're following individuals like us here at CYPRX, if you're following all of the people that steer you in the wrong direction, I can't say it's easy, but it's easy here if you follow us at CYPRX. These systems will start to come together in synchronized transactions that bring tokenized securities and deposits into seamless capital flows, connecting global markets in ways unbound by traditional financial cutoff times. We are in the period of adoption where connectivity and digital assets are finding liquidity at scale. I highlighted that, underscored that in red. We're going to come back to that. So just make sure that you annotate that in your brain because it's going to play an important role when we get into the fundamental breakdown with XDC and their recent partnership developments. This progress will create the mechanics for a digitally native global economic network. The benefits of tokenization in capital markets will increase exponentially as more institutions and infrastructure see the advantage of themselves. The exploratory phase is over. Real-world applications of tokenization are here and will deliver a seismic shift in how our capital markets operate, connecting people and institutions across borders and improve the flow of money and create systems that are fair, more efficient, and more resilient. How on earth can anybody not want to know more about what I just read? Like, it's so mind-boggling that people will completely and blatantly ignore this warning. I mean, that is literally a warning document from the World Economic Forum saying that there's a seismic shift taking place, that we are at a tipping point, that the whole entire financial system, pretty much in a nutshell, is changing at a very, very rapid pace. So again, tap in. You're not going to want to miss any further adoption of these digital assets because they're going to grow exponentially at scale over the next consecutive couple of years. So now let's dive in. Let me just show you guys the interconnectedness of XDC. We're going to start here. Okay, this is the STG3. Who is the STG3? STG3, excuse me. Originally, they were named the Security Token Group. They are a community of C-level executives and thought leaders from over 200 different organizations dedicated to real-world asset tokenization. Their vision, it says here on their website, is to foster collaboration and drive innovation to propel the adoption of tokenized assets within the global financial ecosystem. They have an event coming up, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, XDC is a platinum sponsor of, which is the Real World Asset London Summit on the 24th of February, 2025, which we covered in a previous video breakdown. I believe it was yesterday's video breakdown. But I want to show you guys just like some of the world's largest names that you know and love and most likely use every single day are the ones telling you guys this. And the reason why I like showing you these things is because you can take these videos that we make here at CYPRX and you can show them to mom, to dad, to uncle, to auntie, and be like, hey, look, Amazon or Google are talking about this, and Visa are talking about this, and MasterCard are talking about this. And those are all the organizations that normal, everyday, average people can comprehend because they trust the names, they know the names. And then when they see that they're adopting these technologies, they're like, oh my gosh, Google, I use Google every day. Google's talking about crypto. Let me get into crypto. And then boom, that is how mass adoption starts. So share this information because check this out. Look, right here, it says Amazon head of blockchain. STG3 RWA stands out in DeFi with its focus on sustainable real-world yields and incredible community support. The weekly AMAs and transparent updates give me confidence in my investment, while the educational resources have deepened my understanding of real-world assets. It's more than a protocol, it's a community shaping the future of finance. That is coming from Mike Manning, the Amazon head of blockchain, right there. Okay, and so when we go down here and we look at this partner list and who is a piece or a part of this organization here, check this out. We scroll right down here and you can see a collaboration of network of real world asset leaders. XDC, right, is standing right there in the realm of giants with the DTCC, Securitize, Bridgewater, Archax, Euroclear, the BIS, all on this organization's list. Okay. And so I just wanted to show you guys this first in the realm of real world asset tokenization. XDC is a leading innovator in this space, and they are literally sitting here on a collaborative network of some of the world's largest financial organizations. So this is again why you should not fade doing research on XDC network and what it is that they are doing. Now, keep in mind that terminology liquidity from that World Economic Forum document, because as we get into this fundamental development that was just announced January 10th, 2025, it is going to play an important role on a solution, a problem that XDC is not only solving, but bringing to the table. Exciting news. We've secured an investment from XDC Network. This was announced by Spec Finance. So let's dive into this. Now, who is Spec Finance? For those of you all who don't know, because this is so fresh and this is a new up and coming organization, Spec Finance is a platform that facilitates the buying and selling of real world asset tokens. It aims to create a reliable and transparent trading environment for both accredited and regular investors by conducting thorough research and analysis on tokens available for trade. This approach can help ensure that investors have access to quality assets while promoting trust and confidence in the trading process. And you can see right there on the bottom right, XDC is listed as a partner. So let's dive into this fundamental read from January 13th, posted on xdc.dev website. Spec Finance launches on XDC Network. Pioneering investment in real world asset. Keep in mind as we progress through this, that terminology I told you guys to remember from the World Economic Forum document about liquidity. Okay. Spec Finance, a robust platform designed to facilitate global investment in real world assets and decentralized finance, has officially launched on the XDC network. By integrating advanced blockchain technology, Spec Finance simplifies buying tokens with unified and streamlined KYC processes, making investment in diverse asset classes more accessible and more secure. So the maturation of this space is happening right before your very eyes. This significant advancement furthers our mission, that's Spec Finance's mission, to democratize global investment opportunities, making them available to investors at all levels. They are literally building out the level playing field right in front of us, people. But so many people, okay, again, are knocking this because they don't understand it, they lack education, or they're just fearful because the space, as of right now, is still heavily unregulated. But in today's video breakdown, you're going to see that XDC Network is participating with regulated entities and some of the world's largest organizations that have established trust in the financial system in traditional finance and are now migrating over to this new digital way of doing things. Okay, so pay attention. Spec Finance is a cutting edge platform that enables users to invest in real world asset and DeFi using fiat or stablecoins. After purchasing tokens, investors can choose to hold them until maturity or engage in peer-to-peer sales. Check this out. I have this highlighted in red. Providing flexibility and enhancing liquidity in the market. What did you guys just read in the document, right? If we go back to this document here and we go back down to page 7 and we scroll down, remember what I said to you guys to remember. This is from the World Economic Forum document. It says, we are in the period of adoption where connectivity and digital assets are finding liquidity at scale. Okay. And you can see XDC Network is partnering with organizations that are attempting to provide flexibility and enhance liquidity in the market. You cannot make this stuff up. The thing is these large organizations, they don't tell you word for word. Wake up, people. You have to put these pieces of the puzzle together, which is why we created CYPRX to display this information and piece it together in such a way so that way anybody that watches these video breakdowns can understand and pick up pieces of the puzzle. Integrating with the XDC network ensures that all transactions are secure and transparent, offering peace of mind to investors seeking to diversify their portfolios internationally. Why Spec Finance? Secure and efficient investment mechanisms are crucial in today's dynamic financial environment. Spec Finance offers a streamlined gateway to investing in tokenized assets, reducing barriers to entry and providing a global reach previously unavailable to many investors. They're literally unlocking access to this new financial system to everyday average individuals. You should 110% be interested in these developments. By offering a blend of real-world asset and DeFi investment opportunities, Spec Finance is at the forefront of financial innovation. Okay, so that was just really cool to read and see and piece those things together from that previous document from the World Economic Forum that came out in December 2024, and then to see these partnerships and these developments unfold with the XDC network in 2025 as we progress in this year, which is, in my personal opinion, going to be absolutely massive and a very foundational building year for the development of the digital asset ecosystem. Andre Casterman, we have covered this individual before many times in previous video breakdowns. So if you're new here to CYPRX, I'm not going to beat a dead horse on who this individual is. Take some time, scroll back and watch some of our previous XDC video breakdowns. I'm sure that we covered this gentleman in previous videos, okay? But he said here on his LinkedIn profile, and I'm going to show you guys how this has to do with XDC. It says, what do you think? With recent and expanding regulatory developments, will they help trade originators next? I believe that regulated stablecoins offer new opportunities to trade originators in terms of transaction execution, efficiency, and client satisfaction. As stablecoins help address outstanding frictions in cross-border payments as expected by the G20 roadmap, which the BIS published back in April 2020. This track will enrich our activities as the fourth pillar of the Trade Finance FinTech Committee, which he is chairing and has chaired since 2018 within the ITFA. We'll get to the ITFA in just one second. If you need guidance on why 2024, yes, last year, started with a bang, read his previous report from June 2024, which he developed for a top 3 US bank. And then it gives you the link to click on this report. And if you go over to his previous LinkedIn profile from 7 months ago, where he talks about and shows you this report, if we expand this, look at what's mentioned on the report 2 times. XDC Trade Network, both times in this previous report, which he wrote for a top 3 US bank. So again, just showing you guys that in some way, shape, or form, the XDC network is in the hearts and minds of these large financial institutions. Now, to continue on with this report, it says, the ongoing and expected regulatory decisions will help trade originators of any type of size, including private debt funds, reap the benefits of digital asset technologies applied to cross-border payments using distributed ledger technology and crypto for more trade finance use cases. And then if you scroll in and you can see this little tiny piece of the document, it says here, digital payments and trade finance and private debt 2025. Let me get out of that because I know that you guys have that little Wealth 28 Club logo down there so you can see this. It says, to apply digital asset technologies to trade related payments, thereby extending the many benefits of on-chain tokenization payments and settlement options to lenders and their clients. Now, why am I showing you guys this? Because look at that little tiny stamp down at the bottom right-hand corner. It says ITFA, and it says applying digital assets to technologies and trade-related payments. Well, if we head over to the members of the ITFA, as of right now, time of recording this video breakdown, the only layer 1 EVM chain that stands on the ITFA membership directory is, you guessed it, XDC network. If you come here, you click FinTech and you scroll right down here, you can see that the XDC network is listed right down there in the bottom left. Okay, that is massive. This then again shows that XDC is interconnected in some way, shape, or form with some of the world's largest organizations. Look at all these banks here that are listed on this membership directory. Some of the banks in which you most likely know of, like Bank of China, Bank of America, the Asian Development Bank, BNY Mellon, Citibank, and the list goes on. Okay, so I just thought that I'd bring that to your attention again, showing you guys the interconnected webs. Remember how I started off today's video breakdown by showing you guys that XDC is sitting in a collaborative network of some of the real world asset leaders in this space, including the DTCC, Securitize, Archax, Euroclear, the BIS group of institutions, and so on and so forth. So yet again, seeing behind the scenes that XDC is interconnected in some way, shape, or form with some of the world's largest organizations that literally run the global financial landscape. Now, to cover some other XDC developments before we hop off here, if you guys are enjoying this video breakdown so far, especially if you hold the digital asset XDC, smash that thumbs up button for me and subscribe to the platform. We do appreciate the love and the support. If you guys want access to all of this information in one centralized location where you don't have to go out and do the research yourselves, because we have the CYPRX researchers all the time dropping gems in the private CYPRX Discord for you, then head over to CYPRXtrading.com. We would love to have you on the team in the private community where you can gather all this information for yourself and not have to go out and search the web on your own behalf to find this information. January 13th, 2025, Trade Enabler World KYC XDC Network. Trade Enabler is thrilled to announce the launch of TradeX token, a groundbreaking step in the evolution of on-chain safety and distributed compliance. I like that because, again, I'm showing you guys the regulatory aspect of XDC and how they are involved in the back-end regulatory side of things. As a utility token, TradeX brings powerful features to the trade ecosystem, combining fraud prevention tools with sovereign privacy protections to deliver the ultimate blend of transparency and security. And this is a recent fundamental release. At its core, Trade Enabler initially focuses on the authentication of financial instruments by starting with the verification of the issuer, such as financial institutions advising letters of credit. This authentication process involves publishing unique NFTs representing the instruments directly on the XDC chain. By ensuring the authenticity of these institutions and their instruments, Trade Enabler builds trust and reduces fraud in the global financial transaction landscape. Publishing NFTs directly on the XDC chain enhances transparency by providing immutable and publicly verifiable records of each instrument. Trade Enabler launches the TradeX token with powerful fraud prevention that ensures issuers can authenticate wallet holders in decentralized manners. With all the fraud in blockchain, TradeX leverages the XDC Layer 1 EVM chain to prevent fraud by embedding zero knowledge proof authentication and verification directly into smart contracts. The XDC chain enables a decentralized community to actively police bad actors, ensuring that wallet owners remain anonymous while preventing unauthorized access and theft. This is massive. And it says this approach addresses the growing issue of stolen funds in the crypto space, with $2.2 billion stolen back in 2024. So that was a really cool development, showing again the interconnected webs of the XDC network and how they're working with regulated entities and institutional entities to provide these types of solutions to the global financial landscape, right? Last but not least, this was again another interesting development from just one day ago. So from yesterday, this individual representative, Karthik G, I'm not going to butcher his last name, posted this on January 15th. What an exciting start to 2025. He had the privilege to represent Plugin, which is XDC's decentralized oracle, and present their decentralized oracle solution with Logus Warren, I'm going to butcher his last name, and two insightful presentations on the deepen decentralized physical infrastructure networks and the other on real-world assets. During the Deepen session, he shared how Plugin, again, XDC's decentralized oracle, enables seamless integration and powers this innovative use case. In the real-world asset panel discussion, he joined industry experts to explore how Plugin enhances real-world asset tracking, making it more efficient while addressing, I like this and I highlighted this in green, regulatory and governance challenges. The exchange of ideas at the XDC Innovation Labs was both engaging and inspiring. And here you can see some pictures from the event, and XDC's logo is right there in the back. So really nice to see XDC developments unfolding at a rapid pace in 2025. And as we started off this video call, keep in mind, we are at a period of mass adoption, a tipping point, a complete transformation of the global financial landscape, and large organizations are delivering this information publicly to you guys, yet not a lot of people know where to find it. So we've gathered that information for you and projected it to you. It is now up to you to decide what to do with it. If you guys enjoyed today's video breakdown, make sure that you smash that thumbs up button and subscribe to the platform. Doing us a favor by smashing that thumbs up button does help boost the algorithm and push these video breakdowns out to more individuals like yourselves. So we really do appreciate the love and the support. Again, if you guys want a centralized place where you can gather all this information yourselves, read through these documents and do the research on your own behalf and make your own assumptions, and you want to join a like-minded community of individuals that are motivated about further persevering their education in the space just like you are, then head over to CYPRXtrading.com. We would love to have you in the private CYPRX community. As always, many blessings to you guys. With that being said, be cognizant, be aware out there, and I will see you guys in the next video breakdown.